This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Today, a World War II veteran received the honor of having a highway named after him. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more on why this event is so special for many people in Clay County.
Henry Ledford was one of the last World War II veterans in Kentucky. He died in November at 103 years old, which was when Senate President Robert Stivers says he knew they needed to honor him.
We know the sacrifice, but what's even more important about the day is to see the crowd that came out here who knows Henry Ledford, and they're wanting to express their appreciation for Henry Ledford and the other people like Henry Ledford who have given so much to this community and to the world.
To honor him in his hometown, the road that he helped develop is something Ledford's son, Kenny Ledford, says is amazing.
You know, he was just so proud of being a part of getting this road developed up through here. To have Dad's name on a highway is just, it's amazing. And he would have loved this day. And he would have really, I think he would have enjoyed the people more as much as having a road named after him, because he was just that kind of guy.
Stivers says he was the type of person that everyone loved, which is why dozens of friends, family, and people simply touched by his story paid their respects.
But then you want to think about his afterlife and all the people who are here that he impacted, that he touched, that he influenced after his military career. Both are tremendous testaments to the type of man Henry Ledford was.
Kenny says this is just a small way to appreciate all that his dad has done for the community.
He was involved with the fire departments and so many different things here in the community, his church. And he was always there willing to help and lend a hand, yeah.
He says as a token of respect, people driving on this road will know his name forever. In Clay County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Ledford served for the 11th Infantry Regiment and helped free prisoners from a concentration camp in Germany. Signs will be in Clay County at mile point 6 at the Clay-Leslie County line and at mile point 18.5 at the intersection with US 421. The man accused of killing a West Virginia state trooper and seriously injuring another man waived his preliminary hearing this morning. The Mingo County Circuit Clerk's Office says 29-year-old Timothy Kennedy's attorney entered a not guilty plea on his behalf on Tuesday. Kennedy was accused of shooting and killing Sergeant Corey Maynard in an ambush-style attack last Friday. A 16-year-old is facing charges following a shooting in Wayne County. Monticello police say the teenager told a deputy she shot a man inside an apartment building. The 54-year-old victim was shot in the arm and was airlifted to UK. Police say the 16-year-old is charged with assault, theft by unlawful taking, and gun and drug possession. A Clay County man was arrested in London for driving under the influence and theft. Officials with the London Police Department received a call about a man in a Chevy Malibu who stole 7 power tools from Lowe's. When officers pulled the car over and noticed stolen tools in the back seat, they determined 24-year-old Tyler Smith of Manchester appeared to be under the influence. Smith failed several sobriety tests and was charged with several charges, including driving under the influence. He was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. One Leslie County volunteer fire department is mourning the loss of one of its crew members. Mark Kilburn died due to health issues yesterday. He served as a firefighter for more than 30 years. Kilburn was the assistant chief and president of the Coon Creek Volunteer Fire Department in Wootton. While working at Coon Creek Volunteer Fire Department, Kilburn also worked for the Cushion Volunteer Fire Department and ran the ambulance service there. Kilburn was 55 years old.
We are live in Bell County for the Laurel Cove Music Festival, and the weather is fantastic here, not only in Bell County, but really across the mountains. We are dry under plenty of sunshine. Also watching out, though, for that hazy sky. Here's a live look right now from the London Corbin Airport. As you can see, that hazy sky does continue thanks to those wildfires over in Canada. So if you have any of those health issues, you may need to limit your time outdoors. But for most of us, we are looking to be in good shape as we go into this evening. Here's a live look also over in Pulaski County from Lake Cumberland, and a really nice sunset starting to take shape there back in the distance. So really a nice evening, and that will continue as we go through tonight. Those temperatures also very comfortable, middle to upper 70s for most of us. 77 over in London and Somerset, 76 for Jackson, 73 for Pikeville, and down to 66 at the cool spot over in Wise, Virginia at this hour. On satellite and radar, a clean sweep as beautiful weather continues across the mountains this evening. If you have any plans, be sure to enjoy it because we are tracking some changes, not tonight, but as we go into your Sunday. But speaking of tonight, if you have any plans, temperatures fall into the middle to lower 50s, so possibly a little bit chilly out there as you wake up on your Saturday. And once again, we stay dry overnight and also for the first half of your weekend, but we are watching out for those changes by Sunday as showers and storms are going to be possible. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Thank you, Cameron. And also at the Laurel Cove Music Festival, WYMT's Chandler Wilcox joins us with one of the main people who had a hand in creating the event. Chandler?
Thank you, Olivia. You know, it's a great scene here at the Laurel Cove Festival. I want to again thank Cameron Aaron for this great weather we have. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm now joined by Bell County Tourism Director John Grace. John, what makes this festival so unique?
Well, the first thing, I am glad this is the first year we've ever had good weather. But just the setting, the people that come from all over, the people who put it on, who helped me put it on, and all the bands who play. I mean, it's a combination of 5 or 6 different things coming together and making one really, really cool thing. So.
Yeah, you talked about putting it all together. We are on top of a mountain pretty much, and you had to get all this gear, the stage, all up here. How difficult was it to get all this stuff on top of the mountain?
Well, every year we learn. So like this year and last year we had some side-by-sides to help all the equipment up. The first year we were literally packing B3 organs all the way up, and it was a little complicated. But we got some side-by-sides and stuff like that. It's just learning every year. It's logistically, it's a hard place to do a show, but we learn every single year. So.
Now, I do want to admit that I thought Laurel Cove would be in Laurel County, but you told me earlier that Laurel is more than just Laurel County. What does Laurel Cove Music Festival come from, the name?
Yeah, so it's from the mountain laurel here in Bell County that grows in southeast Kentucky. I'm sure there's some that grows in Laurel County too, but we have a lot of it here in Bell County. And it's a flower that grows down here on the trees, so the Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival is named after it. Laurel Cove Music Festival is named after it because it's prevalent here in the Cove, and it's kind of like the backdrop of it all. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John, for joining us. Olivia, I don't know if you're a big concert person, but I know you're off tomorrow. This is a great scene for anyone to come down. You know, you got a lot of people. I know you said it's sold out, 1,200 people. Yep. So it's a great scene. I know you all are going to be going on tonight, tomorrow night. I'll send it back to you, Olivia. This has been a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you, Chandler. It certainly does look like a lot of fun. The festival will continue until midnight tonight, and it will be from noon until midnight tomorrow. One Central Kentucky Fire Department has announced it has bought thousands of new doses of Narcan. Federal funding helped pay for the overdose treatment. With the support of a federal grant and Congressman Andy Barr, the Lexington Fire Department says it was able to buy more than 3,600 doses of Narcan. In addition to Narcan, Lockhart says this funding has supported the purchase of 2 new unmarked minivans for their program. Lockhart says they check in with overdose patients within 24 to 72 hours, but cannot check with them right away.
You have an overdose today, I'm not going to follow up with you until Monday or Tuesday of the next week. So there's a gap from Friday to Monday to where you don't have access to Narcan, and we're trying to close that gap.
And with that in mind, the department is starting a Narcan Leave Behind program. Lockhart says they first saw the initiative being used in Huntington, West Virginia. Across the nation, towns are feeling the effects of a first responder shortage, and it is no different here in eastern Kentucky. WYMT's Jordan Mullen spoke to officials in one Floyd County town about the shortage and the issues it has brought along with it.
Towns across the region have noticed a concerning problem. Less people are getting involved in their community and becoming first responders.
I've watched a decline in people's interest in young people's interest of getting into that field, the EMS, first responders, whether it be EMS, fire, dispatch, or anything. The response isn't there anymore.
In Prestonsburg, the issue is no different. And officials say it is a combination of keeping first responders with its department as well as bringing in the next generation.
It's a constant battle, if you will, between recruitment and retention.
But the issue is not only felt in the mountains, but across the nation.
Now, this isn't just a Prestonsburg problem. It's not an East Kentucky problem. It's not even a Kentucky problem. It's a national problem right now of getting people out in this field.
And officials suggest seeing if public service is the right fit.
If you have an interest, it's all public. You can come by and talk and see how we do things and see if it's for you, but don't brush it off. It's always an option.
Hoping to usher in more people willing to protect and serve. In Prestonsburg, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Mayor Les Stapleton added that the pandemic also put a strain on towns and municipalities across the nation due to many first responders retiring or even dying in the line of duty due to COVID-19 complications. It's been more than 10 months since the July floods, and elderly tenants at an apartment building in Breathitt County are still without an elevator. Kathy Alberts, who needs a walker to get around, says she feels trapped in her third-floor apartment without an elevator to get down. Back in May, AU Associates, who manage Alberts' apartment, said they had the parts and funding to fix the elevator, and a crew would be coming to fix it.
And so they actually came, I think it was May the 23rd and 24th. And we were also told they would be staying in Jackson, if possible, until the repairs were finished. We haven't seen them since.
WYMT has reached out to AU Associates for comment, but have not heard back. We'll have more with Alberts tonight at 11.
We are watching out for showers and storms by your